In the United States, over 54 million people suffer from arthritis, and nearly 1 in 4 seniors over 65 lives with daily joint pain. But in a small village outside Kyoto, I still rise with the sun at age 89, walk to the garden, and cook every meal with care. My secret? It starts with what I eat. When I was young, my mother said, "If you want strong knees when you're old, feed them when you're young." She meant collagen, not in pills, but in food, and not expensive food either. Simple, humble dishes, made with love. Today, I'll share 6 of those collagen-rich foods, cheap, comforting, and powerful for easing swelling and protecting your joints. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I truly look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. The Japanese way of eating for longevity. Shokuiku in daily life. When I was a little girl, my grandmother would always say, "The way you eat is the way you age." She wasn't a doctor, but she knew something very old and very true. In Japan, we have a word for that wisdom, shokuiku. It means food education, and it's not just about knowing nutrients, it's about understanding food as life. Shokuiku teaches us to listen to our bodies. Are you tired? Maybe your blood sugar is low. Is your skin dry? Perhaps you need more healthy fats or warm broth. Do your knees ache when you get up? Your joints may be calling for collagen. Even now, at age 89, I prepare every meal with that awareness. Not with stress, but with calm, quiet joy. I boil water for miso soup, slice vegetables with care, and simmer fish or chicken in broth rich with collagen. I sit on a cushion by my low dining table, say a short itadakimasu, and eat slowly. That's shokuiku in practice. In every traditional Japanese meal, you'll often find 5 colors, 5 tastes, and 5 cooking methods. Why? Because variety keeps the body strong. It's not about eating more, it's about eating wisely. My typical lunch might include soft stewed daikon radish, grilled mackerel with crispy skin, and a small bowl of tendon soup made from beef sinew. Each element supports a different part of my health, from bones to digestion to circulation. In America, I've noticed people eat fast, often while standing or watching TV. But food deserves your full presence. It's the moment your body receives care. When we eat with gratitude and mindfulness, the body responds. One American friend once told me, "You Japanese people treat food like a prayer." I smiled and said, "Yes, because food is a prayer for strength for tomorrow." You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. A warm bowl of soup instead of a cold sandwich. A piece of fish with the skin on. An egg with a soft yolk. That's how healing begins, in the most ordinary moments. Chicken cartilage. Nankotsu, the crispy secret for youthful joints. When I was in my 40s, I used to visit my local izakaya, a cozy little pub in Kyoto, with my husband. We didn't drink much, but we loved their grilled chicken skewers. My favorite? Nankotsu, crispy chicken cartilage, seasoned simply with salt and a squeeze of lemon. Back then, I didn't know this small, crunchy piece was quietly feeding my knees, hips, and even the little joints in my hands. Now, I do. And I wish more people did too. Chicken cartilage is packed with type II collagen, the kind that cushions your joints and keeps them flexible. It's also rich in chondroitin and glucosamine, natural compounds that reduce swelling, ease stiffness, and support repair in aging joints. In Japan, we don't take these in pills, we eat them. Nankotsu is grilled on skewers, slow-simmered in soup, or even chopped finely into rice porridge for the elderly who struggle to chew. I remember one winter, my neighbor's son came home limping from his construction job. His mother, a quiet and steady woman, made him nankotsu nikomi, a warming stew of chicken cartilage, daikon radish, garlic, and ginger. The scent filled the whole hallway. After just 2 weeks of eating it regularly, he said the stares no longer made him wince. His mother just smiled and said, "Food heals when you give it time." In America, cartilage is often tossed out or trimmed away. But it's not waste, it's wisdom. You can often find chicken cartilage in Asian grocery stores or at the butcher counter, sometimes even packaged for soup stock. It's incredibly affordable and easy to prepare. One traditional way is to simmer it gently for 1 to 2 hours with soy sauce, garlic, ginger, and a splash of vinegar. The vinegar helps pull out the collagen and softens the texture. Or you can roast it until golden and slightly crunchy, the kind of texture that might surprise you, but feels so satisfying. Some people worry about the texture, but that's where the secret lies. That soft crunch, it means collagen is present. In Japan, we even give it to children to help strengthen their growing bones. If your joints feel stiff in the morning, or if your knees ache when walking, think of nankotsu not as an odd leftover, but as a hidden treasure, an ancient food your body has been quietly craving. Try it once a week, just a small serving. Cook it slowly, eat it with presence, and listen to what your body says in return. Fish skin, the overlooked gold for joints and skin. When I was a child, my mother would scold me gently if I ever peeled the skin off my grilled fish. "That's where the strength lives," she would say. "Don't waste it." In Japan, we treasure every part of the fish, especially the skin. It's where type 1 collagen is most concentrated, the kind that supports not only joints, but also skin elasticity, bones, and even hair health. As we age, our body produces less of this collagen, and that's when stiffness sets in, skin begins to sag, and bones become more fragile. But fish skin, eaten regularly, can help slow all of that down, quietly, gently, and naturally. I eat fish skin at least 3 times a week. Sometimes it's salmon, pan-fried until crispy, and served with grated daikon and a few drops of ponzu sauce. Other times, it's a more humble preparation, boiled gently in miso soup with tofu and scallions. The texture may be unfamiliar at first, but it becomes comforting over time. And the oils in the skin, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, help reduce joint inflammation, protect the heart, and nourish the skin from within. I remember my neighbor, Mrs. Hume, who had dry skin and swollen ankles well into her 70s. She had tried expensive lotions, but nothing seemed to work. Then she started saving the skin from every fish she cooked, grilling it until golden and crisp, stirring it into her soups, or mixing it with rice and pickled vegetables. After just a few months, she noticed her knees no longer ached on cold mornings. Even her daughter joked, "Mama, your skin glows more than mine now." In America, I know many people throw the skin away or buy only skinless fillets. But fish skin is not waste, it's nourishment. If you can, choose whole fish or fillets with skin on, especially oily fish like salmon, mackerel, or sea bass. Just make sure it comes from a clean, trustworthy source. Mercury and toxins can accumulate in fish, so quality matters. You can pan-fry fish skin until it becomes crispy like a chip, or you can simmer it gently for a more tender texture. Either way, start small. Try adding a piece to your soup, or use it as a topping for rice or salad. Once you get used to the flavor, your body may begin to crave it. And remember, it's not about eating perfectly, it's about eating with care. When you cook with intention and respect for your ingredients, even the smallest, most overlooked piece, like fish skin, can become medicine. Miso, the fermented friend that helps your body absorb collagen every morning for the past 60 years, I've started my day with a small bowl of miso soup. No matter the season, no matter how I feel, that warm bowl centers me. It doesn't just comfort my heart, it supports my joints, my digestion, and even my memory. Miso is more than a soup. It's a fermented paste made from soybeans, rice, or barley, aged carefully until rich in flavor and full of probiotics. These natural, living bacteria help your gut absorb nutrients better, including collagen. You see, eating collagen is only part of the story. Your body also needs to digest it well, and for that, a healthy gut is essential. Miso helps by feeding the good bacteria inside you, reducing inflammation, and making it easier for your body to use the nutrients from other collagen-rich foods like fish skin or chicken cartilage. I remember when my brother-in-law, a quiet farmer in Hokkaido, began having terrible stomach issues in his late 70s. He also had joint pain that made him avoid the fields. His wife started adding a small bowl of miso soup before every meal, sometimes with wakame seaweed, sometimes with tofu or grated ginger. Within weeks, he was eating better, sleeping better, and walking further than before. He still drinks miso soup every day. In Japan, we treat miso like a daily medicine. But it's not bitter or hard to take. It's gentle, familiar, warm. And best of all, it pairs beautifully with other healing ingredients. You can add soft vegetables, mushrooms, green onions, or a little bit of cooked fish to create your own healing bowl. When choosing miso in America, try to find unpasteurized varieties from Asian markets or natural food stores. These still have the living cultures inside. White miso is milder and slightly sweet, good for beginners. Red miso is stronger and saltier, better for hearty stews. If you've never had miso soup before, start with a simple version. Dissolve a spoonful of miso in warm, not boiling water and add soft tofu and seaweed. Sip it slowly, like tea. Let it warm your hands and your joints. Tendon, the forgotten cut that heals from within. When I was a young bride, money was tight. My husband and I lived in a small wooden house, and we had to make every yen count. That's when I first learned the magic of gyusuji, beef tendon. It looked tough, almost too chewy to eat, but my mother-in-law taught me to simmer it slowly, with daikon radish, a bit of soy sauce, and ginger. After hours of cooking, it became soft, silky, and full of rich, warm flavor. More importantly, it became medicine for our joints. Tendon is made almost entirely of collagen and gelatin. When cooked slowly, it releases these healing proteins into the broth. Eating tendon doesn't just add collagen to your body, it also helps lubricate your joints, improve elasticity, and reduce inflammation. In Japan, tendon is not considered waste. It's a delicacy, often served in noodle shops or traditional stews, but in the West, it's often thrown away or ignored. That's a quiet loss. I remember an elderly friend named Kenji who had stiff fingers from years of carpentry. He started eating nikujaga, a Japanese meat and potato stew with added tendon. His wife simmered it all day, letting the collagen melt into the broth. After a month, he could grip his teacup again without wincing. You don't need fancy equipment to make tendon tender. Just patience. A slow cooker or stovetop pot with gentle heat is enough. Simmer it for 2 to 3 hours with aromatics like garlic or green onions. The longer it cooks, the softer it gets, and the more healing it offers. If you live in the US, ask for beef tendon at an Asian market or butcher. Some shops sell it frozen, which keeps well for months. You can prepare a big batch, portion it out, and freeze the extra to use during the week. 1 bowl of tendon stew, eaten slowly with rice or vegetables, can nourish your joints deeply. It's not glamorous, but it works. It's how generations before me stayed strong, even in old age. Eggs with soft yolk, gentle on the stomach, powerful for the joints. Every morning, I cook 1 soft-boiled egg. I place it gently in simmering water, set a timer for 6 minutes, then peel it carefully and place it over a bowl of warm rice. A drizzle of soy sauce, a little grated ginger. Simple, comforting, and quietly powerful. Eggs, especially when the yolk is soft, are rich in collagen-supporting nutrients. The yolk contains biotin, vitamin D, and healthy fats that help your body absorb and use collagen. The white, on the other hand, offers pure protein, essential for maintaining muscle and tissue strength. When we age, it's not just about adding collagen, it's about supporting the body's ability to rebuild. Eggs help do both. In Japan, we call this kind of egg hanjuku tamago, soft in the center, cooked just enough to retain its richness. It's easy on the stomach, which is why many elders prefer it over harder, heavier dishes. And it pairs well with everything: rice, miso soup, even stewed vegetables. I remember my cousin Keiko, who lived alone after her husband passed. She had trouble eating big meals and often skipped breakfast, but her doctor told her that 1 soft-boiled egg a day could support her bones and energy levels. She started making it a morning ritual. Boil water, make tea, cook an egg. Within a few months, she said her knees felt steadier and she had more strength to walk to the park again. In America, many people are afraid of eggs because of cholesterol. But the truth is, eaten in moderation, eggs can be a gentle powerhouse. And the key is how you cook them. Avoid overcooking the yolk, which can destroy the delicate nutrients. Instead, aim for soft-boiled, where the center is still creamy and the whites are just set. Not only is it more nutritious, it's easier to digest for older bodies. If you're unsure where to start, try this. Bring water to a gentle boil, add an egg, and cook for 6 to 7 minutes. Cool it under cold water, peel, and enjoy it with a little sea salt or a splash of tamari. Let it become your morning pause, your quiet strength. Konbu dashi, the silent healer that lives in the broth. When people ask me, what's the secret to Japanese cooking? I always smile and say, it's not in the fish or the rice, it's in the water. That water, of course, is dashi, a delicate broth made from dried seaweed called konbu. Konbu, a thick, mineral-rich kelp harvested from the cold waters of Hokkaido, is the foundation of nearly every traditional dish I make. You won't always see it, but you'll taste its gentle umami in soups, stews, and even rice. And what many people don't realize is that it also plays a quiet but powerful role in joint health. Although konbu doesn't contain collagen itself, it helps your body use collagen more efficiently. It's rich in glutamic acid, a naturally occurring amino acid that supports digestion, enhances nutrient absorption, and feeds your gut microbiome. That means when you sip miso soup made with konbu dashi, your body is better prepared to receive the healing from foods like fish skin, tofu, or chicken cartilage. I still remember how my grandmother would begin every Sunday by soaking konbu in a clay pot of cold water. She'd rise before the sun, light a quiet flame, and warm the water slowly, never letting it boil. "Let the sea whisper," she'd say. She believed rushing would make the broth bitter. That gentle patience, I have learned, makes the flavor deeper and the healing stronger. She made enough dashi to last the whole week, storing it in old glass jars in the refrigerator. She used it for everything: simmering root vegetables, cooking rice, poaching eggs. Even a simple soup made from dashi and chopped scallions tasted like home. Now I do the same. On Monday mornings, I take a piece of konbu, about the size of my hand, and soak it overnight in cool water. In the morning, I warm it slowly until tiny bubbles form, then remove the seaweed just before boiling. Sometimes I add dried bonito flakes, katsuobushi, for extra depth. Other times, I leave it simple. This broth has become my silent healer. It fills the kitchen with a calm aroma that seems to slow time. It warms not just my hands, but my joints, my chest, my memory. It reminds me that true nourishment doesn't shout, it whispers. In America, you can find konbu in Asian grocery stores or order it online. A single pack can last for weeks. And once you've tasted it, you may never want to return to cooking with plain water again. If you're new to dashi, start simple. Just soak a strip of konbu overnight in 2 cups of water, then warm it gently the next day. Use it in soup, stir-fry, or even as the base for oatmeal. You'll notice the difference, not just in taste, but in how your body responds. Let this sea-scented broth become your companion. Let it support your joints, your digestion, and your peace of mind. Sometimes, the quietest foods speak the loudest. When I look back on my life, I don't remember the expensive meals. I remember the warm bowls of soup my mother made when my legs were sore. I remember the soft egg my husband cooked for me after I gave birth. I remember sitting with my grandchildren, sipping miso on a quiet winter morning. These small foods, humble, gentle, full of collagen and care, kept my body strong and my spirit soft. You don't need to change everything all at once. Just start with one thing. Maybe add miso soup to your morning, or try fish with the skin on. Perhaps simmer a little tendon, or boil an egg until the center is just right. A little collagen here, a little care there, it adds up. With time, your joints may begin to feel a little freer, your steps a little steadier. And remember, I'm cheering for you, from my small kitchen in Kyoto, with a bowl of dashi in hand. The health information shared in this video is not medical advice. If you have health concerns, please consult your doctor. If you believe you may be experiencing a medical emergency, contact your physician or emergency services immediately.